Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Dr. Vishal Prakash Nandeshwar, presenting my paper, Study of Association between Axial Length and Retinal Vein Occlusion. Introduction. Retinal vein occlusion is the most common form of retinal vascular disease following diabetic retinopathy and may result in permanent vision loss. It occurs as a result of obstruction of blood circulation of retinal vein due to an adjacent blood vessel, which results in stoppage of blood flow causing retinal hemorrhages. Depending on the site of involvement, venous occlusions in retina are classified into central retinal vein occlusion, branch retinal vein occlusion, and hemicentral retinal vein occlusion. It is mostly a disease of an older population. नेक्स्ट नहीं हो रहा नेक्स्ट नहीं हो रहा Many systemic and local factors can predispose to the development of RVO, including hypertension, diabetes mellitus, hyperviscosity, hyperlipidemia, primary open-angle glaucoma. Since the incidence of disease is rising day by day, newer predisposing factors like shorter axial length, hyperlipidemia, systemic inflammatory diseases involving eye smoking, hyperhomocystinemia are being discovered. Aim and objectives of my study was this study has been undertaken to evaluate the correlation between axial length and retinal vein occlusion. Materials and methods. This observational hospital-based study was performed in ophthalmology department of IGH, Rourkela between November 2022 to June 2023. After taking proper approval from the Institutional Ethics Committee, all the patients attending the OPD of IGH Rourkela with a history of diminution of vision were thoroughly evaluated. Patients diagnosed with retinal vein occlusions were included in the study. Inclusion criteria: all patients diagnosed with retinal vein occlusion, a patient who gave their consents for the study. Exclusion criteria: previous intraocular surgery, eye trauma, other retinal or neurological diseases like multiple sclerosis, intraocular inflammation or tumor, significant ocular media opacities like dense cataracts. Material and methods: 48 patients with unilateral retinal vein occlusion, 35 patients of BRVO, 13 patients with CRVO. Of mean age 60 plus minus 13 years, range that is 47 to 73 years, were enrolled in the study group. The control group consists of 50 eyes of 50 randomly selected age matches volunteers, mean age 60 plus minus 13 years, range 47 to 73 years. Detailed ophthalmological examination, visual acuity, refraction, slit lamp, biomicroscopy, gonioscopy, intraocular pressure measurement with uplumination tonometry, indirect ophthalmoscopy following pupil dilation and fundus fluorescence angiography was done in all RVO patients. Axial length of all 48 RVO patients and 50 controls were measured by A-scan ultrasonography. All RVO patients underwent detailed systemic, cardiological and hematological examinations and investigations including blood sugar, blood pressure measurement, lipid profile, complete hemogram to find out the other risk factors for development of RVO. Data was analyzed by using SPSS software. All differences associated with chance probability of less than and equal to 0.05 was considered statistically significant. Results of my study was total 48 patients, 35 patients of BRVO and 13 patients of CRVO and 50 controls of age group 47 to 73 years were included in the study. The mean axial length of BRVO patient was 21.76 plus minus 0.07 millimeters. Mean axial length of CRVO patients was 21.23 plus minus 0.04 of millimeter. Mean axial length of control group was 23.53 plus minus 0.06 millimeter. The axial length of eyes of patients of RVO, retinal vein occlusion, BRVO and CRVO were shorter than axial length of eyes of control group, the differences of which was statistically significant. This is here we can see the association of other risk factors like hypertension, diabetes, dyslipidemia, glaucoma and RVO in BRVO and CRVO patients. This is the comparison of axial length patients of RVO, CRVO and BRVO and control group. Here we can see that the shorter axial length corresponds to the CRVO and BRVO patients and higher axial length corresponds to the control group. Discussion: the study showed that axial length of eyes of patients with retinal vein occlusion, BRVO and CRVO was significantly less as compared to those of control groups. Proportion of well-known risk factors, hypertension, diabetes mellitus, dyslipidemia, glaucoma in the RVO patients were consistent with the previous studies. Our findings on axial length of RVO patients were consistent with the studies published by Antija CJT et al., which shows that shorter axial length and vitreous chamber depth might be a potential anatomical predisposing factor for development either of CRVO or BRVO. Another study published by Arithrak et al. Also showed that axial lengths in CRVO and BRVO were significantly shorter than in controls, which may be a risk factor in the development of CRVO and BRVO. However, our findings were in contrast to studies published by Simmons B. et al., Bandello et al., and Mogini et al., which showed that hyperopia as measured by axial length is not a risk factor for retinal vein occlusion. Study published by study published.
Can you conclude, please? 5 minutes is okay.
Our study, this study shows that there is a significant correlation between shorter axial length and retinal vein occlusion. Thus, it can be postulated that shorter axial length can be an important predisposing factor for development of retinal vein occlusion.
Yeah, before we go to the discussion, can I have the next presenter, please? Dr. Sanjeev Kumar Gupta. Sorry, Dr. Tapan Ramawat. Is Dr. Tapan here? He's not there. Can we have Dr. Sharath Hegde? He's not there. Dr. Pavitra Panirselvam? She's also not there. Dr. Manisha Kumari? Onto the desk.
Yeah, do you think this is a conclusion?
So we have taken only 50 controls and 50.
Yeah, in other words, see, there are a lot of confounding factors here. Okay, there is a hypertension, there is a diabetes. The ideal way of doing this study with a shorter sample size would have been non-hypertensive, non-diabetic patients ending up in vein occlusions.
Yes.
In that, probably we have ruled out other, and you could have proven this.
Yes.
Considering that these can be the factors which can contribute to the vein occlusion,
Yes.
and axial length plays another role in it, then you need a larger sample size.
Yes.
Okay, good study anyways.
Thank you.
you.